Super Smash Bros. Melee, a game I have played for thousands of hours back in the day with friends, and a multiplayer game I must have played the most on the GameCube, together with Time Splitters 2, Mouse Smash Football and Double Dash. But one thing I haven't ever really done as a kid were the event matches. I did a few of them, but for me the adventure mode or stuff like break the targets was always more fun since I could pick my own character, which you can't do in the event matches except for a few. For people who do not know them, you basically are thrown into a setting and have to deal with that. I've always heard scary stories about how some of them are extremely hard, and I wondered, how hard would it be to beat them all in a WoW on stream? So I just did that. Also, as a little information, I downloaded a 100% save file from the internet to unlock all characters, since I didn't have my old save anymore, so it looks like I have beaten them all before, but I have not. So here we go. The first few went extremely smooth and easy, because the missions themselves were also nothing special really. Beat Bowser's Mario. Done. Not quite sure why you would call it an event match, that's just standard Mario stuff. The next one is already way more special. You're gonna beat up little Donkey Kong as giant Donkey Kong. I think it would have been cooler if you played as the tiny one, since I can relate to that one more since I'm a mandate. But again, it was pretty easy, just a bit annoying to hit such a small hitbox. But in the background you can listen to the donkey rap, which is always great. And once upon a time I rapped it on stream, and it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, I think. Bombfest, a battle where you gotta battle characters that can use bombs, like Link and Samus. So I perfectly picked White with young Link, since that was my main back in the day, and it just fits so well. So bombs spawn everywhere, and every Pokeball has Voltorb in it, which just explodes and tries to murder you, but fairly easy since the CPU levels must be quite low in the beginning event matches. Dino Wrangling, fight a giant Yoshi who is tanky as heck but still easy as frick too, because you got 3 stocks if you need them, and eventually he falls off the stage like a person you would just shove off a cliff in Minecraft. Bear Change, Captain Falcon is bullying Ness for his lunch money. Oh no. Help out Ness and actually beat the crap out of this old racing dude instead and get 200 coins. I kinda wanted to make a joke about F-Zero being dead, but I can't even do that since F-Zero 99 just came out. Also I thought this mode only existed in Melee, but apparently it was also in Brawl, even though I guess I never played it with friends like that then, and Smash 4 on the Wii U, which I've never played, but it's missing in Ultimate. Kirby's on Parade, just beat the crap out of 3 Kirbys. Pokemon Battle, you can only deal damage with the Pokemon that you summon from the Pokeballs. I remember me and my friends doing matches like these, and I really wish they would have just made this an official game mode. It would have been so great. Sakurai, there's still time to change that and make it one. Pretty please? But basically this Pikachu was just too dumb to move away from a Voltorb. Nice. It's like when Luwak or Charizard didn't... You should go away there, Pikachu. Well, Pikachu, I don't know. That was kinda stupid of you, wasn't it? Okay, I won't complain though. Hot date on Brinster. Hot date on Brinster. You got a date with Samus on Brinster. Sadly not a good kind of date, even though I wouldn't mind Samus beating the shit out of me. Just a normal battle that you start with a high percentage though, but it doesn't really matter in the end. Just like most things in life. Hide and Cheek. Nice pun. Get it? Hide and seek, but it's cheek. Takes a true intellectual like me to understand it. If you kill Zelda while Zelda is being Zelda, you lose. But if you kill Zelda while she's Cheek, you win. Yes, back in the day, Cheek wasn't even her own character yet. Even though I think most people who started with Ultimate know that. Maybe not. I don't know. All-Star Match 1. Just beat up Mario, DK, Yoshi, Peach and Bowser with a character of your choice. And that's basically how every single All-Star match goes. The first one felt just as easy as the last one, which was kinda weird, because they actually ramp up the CPU levels quite a bit towards the end. And it would have been way harder though if they also gave you only 1 stock instead of 2. Maybe that would have been too hard, but that would have been more fun, and it would have been more intense too. So these missions were just basically, yeah, you fight and you win. Well, King of the Mountain. Survive a minute and 2 seconds against the Ice Climbers. I'm just wondering why it's a minute and 2 seconds instead of just a full minute. I thought maybe it's a reference to the Ice Climbers game or something, but not even the Smash Wiki has a trivia entry about it. Pretty easy, and at times it felt like they didn't even try to attack me. Seconds anyone? This one is a reference to how long I last when doing powerlifting. You're gonna take out a Captain Falcon with a high percentage in under 7 seconds. This one was the first one I had to try a few times, probably because Marth isn't the super best character to easily kill a character fast with a high percentage. Or maybe Marth is great at it. I'm not a pro. But after a few tries I had to say goodbye to our captain. Yoshi's Egg. Protect Yoshi's Egg while you're Yoshi. But be careful, you can destroy your own egg. Come from there. Okay, they're not the smartest bunch. I destroyed myself. After a few tries, I realized it's smarter to just pick up the egg and try to avoid, instead of fighting, and not letting them close to the egg obviously. Especially since it's a moving stage, and I almost even let the airplane just go down with my egg. Fairly easy once you realize the best way to do it is to not fight. Just like many times in life. You know, be a pacifist, don't punch people. You could punch someone and he falls over, he hits his head, he dies, you go to prison. Do you want that? No. Just, be a pacifist, don't use violence. Trophy Tussle 1. You fight on top of a big model of a trophy doing these. This time it's a Goomba and you just kill the others. And as a reward you get the Goomba trophy. Yippee, I love Goombas, I want to stomp one right now. Girl power. Gotta fight against the girls in the game. Samus, Peach and Zelda. And for some reason they're bigger than you are. So I think whoever did this event match probably had a thing for taller ladies that could beat you up. Not like I would mind that. Nowadays that's one of my fetishes too. Still a bit mysterious though why they made them so much taller than usual. Kirby's air raid. Get it? Kirby's air wide, haha. You can't deal damage with normal attacks and instead have to use an aim the Warps does to kill all the Kirbys with. A bit annoying but quickly done when you get a few good hits and they all bunch each other up. And then it goes kaboom. Wowie. I wish I could go kaboom. Bounty Hunters. In this one you play as Samus and even got a teammate with Captain Falcon, since he's a bounty hunter too, just like Samus. Together you have to kill big, almost giant Bowser, but you will lose if Captain Falcon gets the last hit on him. You have to be the one killing him. In my first fight Captain Falcon was really useless and almost died immediately, and I messed up too sadly. And in the second round he stole my kill. But then I just sniped Bowser and boom. Link's Adventure. Reference to the Dark Link fight from Zelda 2, Link's Adventure. My least favorite Zelda game, even though nowadays it's got some real competition with Tears of the Kingdom. Both games I never want to ever play again with how little I enjoyed them. There we go, my daily hot take. Sadly, he does not mimic your move and it's a normal fight against Link, but he's dark. Peach's Peril. Protect Peach from Bowser for a minute while she just walks around like a lost mouse. These protect the NPC or egg missions are just the worst, but still fairly easy and fastly done. I'm pretty sure fastly is not a word, or maybe it is. I'm too lazy to look it up right now. All-Star Match 2, just like before, but this time with Samus, Link, Zelda, Captain Falcon and Fox. Easy. Icebreaker. 2 pairs of ice climbers, but you are only allowed to kill Nana, the sister. Sounds annoying as heck, right? But it's not really since they made them act extremely stupid. They do not move around, they just jump and jump and jump. Bing bing wahoo. I almost first tried it, but after the second Nana died, it still takes like a second to confirm it, and in that time I also killed her brother and it ended up in a fader. But after a few more tries I got it easily. Super Mario 128. Just kill 128 tiny Marios. If you hate Mario, this is your time to shine. Punch these little freaks out of the map, all 128 of them. All of them are one-shots and there's no real danger here, except if the game feels evil and spawns some bombs which you may accidentally hit and die. Slippy's Invention. Slippy helps out Fox and Falco and makes them invisible, which is just really annoying. That's it, that's the fight. But even with Slippy's help, they still get whacked. And Slippy, hands off of Crystal. She's my wife, not yours. Even though she would be Fox's, I'm not a fairy. The Yoshi Herd. Defeat 30 Yoshis in 2 minutes. Sounds easy, right? And yeah, it was easy. You can just one-shot them almost, and at the end it spawns a rather big Yoshi, which is also just really easy. Size doesn't always matter in the end. There's still hope for me and you. If you're tiny, like me. Gargantuans. I hate this word because it's kinda hard to pronounce. A King Kong vs Godzilla reference. You're Big Bowser and have to beat Big Donkey Kong. And for some reason Peach and Mario are here too, but just get beaten out of the stage immediately. I mean, Peach obviously refers to the lady that King Kong carries around, but I have no idea what Mario stands for. I haven't seen enough Godzilla movies to get it. Just beat the shit out of each other and boom, easy win. Trophy Tussle 2, just like the first one, but instead this time it's on the Entei trophy model. It was my favorite out of the legendaries in the second generation, but nowadays it's the other two and Entei is the lamest one. Even though I owned the whole movie on VHS or cassette tape or whatever you want to call it in English. You know, the third Pokemon movie, I think, with Entei and his mom, and yeah, I love moms. Cold Armor, you're Samus and you have to fight against 3 Metal Samuses, who also got 2 stock each, while you only got 1. It's not super hard, but just super drawn out, but luckily they're really passive. For some reason, while I was playing this stage, my brain got full of flashbacks to the last time I played this one, and I remember it being a nightmare for me. Maybe I was just imagining things, but it felt so real to me how I imagined it that it was actually hard. I really should probably get myself checked. I remembered they had a tendency to fall off the stage when Quaid moves it around, but it didn't really happen to me this time, and so I just had to beat them up, and it took some time because they were out of metal. If you try to punch someone that's made out of metal, you will hurt yourself. Don't do it. Puffballs Unite! The first event match that really got to me. These Kirbys just come rushing at you and they're not nerfed or anything like that. Or I think they feel like an actual Kirby with his usual damage, damage taken, etc. In other fights where you fight many, it feels like they nerf some of the characters, so it's not totally unfair, but here it didn't feel like that at all. I tried using the bombs on the left and right to my advantage, but they mostly fucked me over too. After a few tries I realized that they just mindlessly walk towards you. So if I stand on the left, they just come from the right with their small steppies. So all I had to do was load a smash attack, punch them away and wait for them to return till they die. Done. Quite easy when you find out that they are just mindless drones. Just like when we go to work every day. I hate work. Triforce Gathering. Beat up Ganondorf with Zelda as Link. Way too easy after such a hard Kirby fight. Look at what Zelda did to Ganondorf. She went sicko mode. But Zelda is also going sicko mode. Damn! Yep, another all-star match. This time it's a group of bandits against you. Kirby, Pikachu, Ness and Ice Climbers. I guess it's more like the cutest fighters in the game instead of the bandits, but still. You know the drill about the all-star matches by now. Mario Bros. Madness. You against Luigi and Mario. The Mario Bros are back in town. And you just easily murder them. But it's not a stock fight, it's a plus or minus fight. Every time you kill someone you get a point, and every time you die you get a point taken away. Never really happens though. Also it's a bit unfair that I can just kill 2 people while they can only kill 1, so I can make way more points. Poor Mario Bros. Target acquired. Jigglypuff is getting shot at. Nice. One of my least favorite Pokemon for some reason nowadays. As a kid I loved watching it sing and then draw stuff on people's faces in the anime, but nowadays I hate it so much and I don't even know why. Maybe it's because I love Clefairy so much and Jigglypuff looks like a cheap imitation in comparison. You gotta KO Jigglypuff more often than the Air Wings, while Jigglypuff just walks around stupidly. Another pretty easy mission. Lethal Marathon. It's the F-Zero adventure mode map where you gotta get to the finish line while the F-Zero cars are trying to kill you, which is I guess legal since it's a racetrack, and if you run onto a racetrack as a normal person then you kinda deserve it. But you're super fast. This one is just all about finding out when the cars come and what jumps to do, but it's just so extremely fun. I could play this map all day. Someone should make a video game like this where you just do this. Sadly you don't get to run a full map and it's pretty short. 7 years, adult Link versus young Link, and you have to be young Link, happy me, my old main. This will totally go easy then, right? Wrong, he spanked my ass for many tries. It's a totally normal 3 stocks versus 3 stocks fight, but I'm pretty sure this CPU has a super high level. And yep, it is a level 9. The highest rating, at least that's what the wiki says, and that would never die, right? For someone who hasn't played this game in years, it's pretty damn hard to beat a level 9 CPU in a normal fight. If I were still a kid who played this daily, I could have first read this, really, believe me. But if you're rusty as me, you're going through hell. After countless tries though, I beat him because he just started playing way worse. Maybe I just played really well, but even when I still had 3 stocks and he was on his last one, I was still scared that I would somehow lose. This took me 15 minutes, which isn't that much, but all the other event matches so far together only took an hour, and that were 33 event matches, so we got 18 left. What if they all start taking longer and longer? Time for a checkup. It gets worse. This one felt extremely bad to play for some reason, and I blame it on Luigi. You're against Dr. Mario and Peach, who is supposed to be a nurse with a white wedding dress, and both are level 8 CPUs, and just so extremely aggressive that it made me almost aggressive, but not in a bad way. I'm a sane and calm person, normally. This wouldn't have been so bad if I didn't have to play as Luigi, because Luigi felt like shit to play, and I don't know why. When I had to play as Mario, everything felt fine, but playing as Luigi felt like my inputs were delayed by multiple seconds, and it felt so off. Maybe it was because I was drinking Pepsi Light instead of my usual Pepsi Max, and it made my skills worse. I'm not sponsored by Pepsi in any shape or form. They just grabbed me all the time, Peach kaboomed me with her hips, and I only won because Dr. Mario just fell off the stage. Thanks for the daily dose, doc. Even my routine prostate checks that I have to get often are not as embarrassing as the skill I displayed during this mission. Maybe it's a hard one that people always get stuck on, but this one felt... I don't know what happened to me. Maybe I'm just having a big fear of doctors. Unless they're hot. Never mind. Space Travelers. Basically beat any character that has to do something with space. With Ness, because that's what you cannot do in Earthbound. Samus, Kirby, Fox, Captain Falcon and Falco. Kirby feels a bit out of place here, like sure he's from a different planet and he flies around in space sometimes, but he doesn't really quite fit the bill, right? In my honest opinion. But I don't think anyone ever cared about my opinion, so who cares? Pretty easy mission that I failed quite a few times because I was too busy talking to my 2 viewers. If I had put 100% concentration onto the mission, I would have first cleared it. Nessus bad is just too strong. Legendary Pokemon. Fight against the wireframe girls and boys and they are really hard to kill. And then there's also Jigglypuff, who is not your friend, I think. Or maybe he is your friend. He just kinda steals the Pokeballs and throws them around aimlessly to annoy you. But yeah, here you mostly only spawn legendaries that are supposed to kill the wireframes for you. But sometimes you can also get Buffet. I'm getting hungry hearing his name. I love that thing, it's just kinda silly. And now I'm gonna go eat some Chinese buffet. Super Mario Bros. 2. Did you know Mario Bros. 2 is actually Doki Doki Panic? You knew? No way. I thought nobody knew this extremely obscure fun fact about it. Just beat up all the playable characters from that game with the exception of Toad. I feel bad for him in a way. You beat him up with Peach when she puts him out, but it's just not the same. Toad for Smash. If Piranha Plant can get in, so can Toad. He truly deserves it. Not. Jigglypuff live. I would go to Jigglypuff's concert. Just beat up a bunch of Jigglypuffs with Jigglypuff. I tried to channel my inner hungry box, but I could not hit a single West even if my life depended on it. Most because I have no idea how it actually works, so I just fought with Jigglypuff's little fists and won the ball of Jigglypuffs. All-Star Match 4. Fight Math, Luigi, Jigglypuff, Mewtwo and Game & Watch. Easy just like the other ones. And guard. Just beat up Link as Math. That's it. Trouble King 2. Since the doctor checkup there wasn't a single one that was hard, nor took me multiple tries till this one. You are Luigi and have to kill giant Bowser on pocket floats, one of my favorite stages of all time, and I'm still sad it never returned. Maybe in the next Smash. I know it kinda just sucks, but it's fun. I love things that suck, I love to suck, just like this event match. Basically Bowser just one-shots you almost with any attack and you have to try to mostly dodge and abuse his clumsiness, and instead of trying to kill him you should try to make him fall off instead. It didn't took me really long, but it could have dragged on if I didn't go lucky. I thought it could land on Anton's feet, but I could not, and I was almost surely dead after I tried to rescue myself with up B, which hit Bowser and then he just did this, to my own surprise and luckiness. I wondered, because of that. Stupid Bowser. Ach, come on, what can I do? I can't do anything. He's taunting me. Cool. Oh, he can't go through here. Come on. Okay, never mind. Wait. Oh, shit. Let me go! Give me that Pokeballs. Wow! Hello! He saved me! He saved me! I can afford Anton's little fee. I can stand on there. Birds of Prey. You're a fox and have to take out Falco and Captain Falcon on one of my other favorite stages. Fairly simple again because the AI is not the smartest when it comes to their stage and they sometimes just land on the track and are too dumb to get back up or just jump off anyways. I did it too a few times though, so I can't be too harsh on them. Mewtwo Strikes. It tells you don't waste your time beating Zelda, because at first there's only Zelda before Mewtwo appears and he's your true target. It might make you think, oh yeah, but what if I can kill Zelda before you appear to make it easier? Well, it fails the mission. Look at this try. Killed both of them, but it didn't count since Zelda died 0.2 seconds earlier, but a fairly easy mission again. Game & Watch Forever. Nope, I do not agree with this title of the event match at all. Mr. Game & Watch is dumb. There, I said it. His silly little games are fun for 2 minutes before you get bored, just like this event match. Just beat all the fake Game & Watches and there's 25 of them. And they're all one-shots, but they also have a pretty easy time to get your stocks. But I first tried it. Yay! Fire Emblem Pride. This event match should have already ringed some alarm bells back in the day to show people how many characters this franchise will get in these Smash games. And I love Fire Emblems. You know, don't get me wrong. Just beat the crap out of Marth and why. And I picked Marth since I like him and it fits the theme. So maybe next time you go to your local Pride parade to show off your own Pride, you should cosplay a Fire Emblem character because some of them are pretty gay. And it fits. Trophy Tussle 3. If there's a person hell in the afterlife, then this is what it will look like for me. You fight on top of the trophy model of Majora's Mask with a random level 6, 7 and 8 CPU. I didn't even know the characters that appear in the trophy tussles are random since I first tried the other two, but suddenly when I got a failure and restarted the event match, it just matched me up with other characters this time, which we could probably abuse if we were a smart person. I'm not smart though, so I didn't even think about starting it again till I got easy opponents to beat, instead of always just pressing the retry button. And this doesn't even sound that hard, right? But it freaking was to me, because this map is terrible. You easily slide off the stage on the left and right sides, and if you're in the middle you're getting bashed by all the other characters. After some time I noticed though that you can hack the outer sides of the horns that Majora's Mask has and hit the people in the middle through them. They can do the same, but they're stupid, so they won't do it too often. So now you can try to deal tons of damage and hit them out. But even then it's still fairly annoying, because they will eventually get smart enough to jump out of the middle to get to you on the sides. Took me almost 20 minutes, and those 20 minutes were some of the worst that I ever experienced. Even worse when I had my first CBT session. Pikachu and Pichu. No idea why they followed Trophy Tussle 3 up with this one. It's kinda annoying since they're fairly aggressive, but for some reason you don't even have to kill Pikachu, only the two Pichus, which is a reference to the animated short episode of Pikachu and Pichu, where Pikachu has to protect the two Pichu brothers from an angry Hondor. Thanks for telling me about that one, Smash Wiki. I only remember the Pichu brothers from Pokemon Channel, and this was one of the worst games I've ever played. Luckily my sister wasted her allowance on it instead of me. All-Star Match Deluxe, just defeat Dr. Mario, Falco, Ganondorf, Roy, Young Link and Pichu. Easy peasy, just like any other All-Star match. I have no idea why all of these felt so easy, even though they actually up the CPU levels with each of them, and here you go to fight level 7, 8 and 9s. Final Destination match. This is the last one, at least that's what the game tells you before you beat it, which is kinda neat. Imagine you finally beat the game and then the game goes, hey, wait, there's more. There's almost no better feeling to get even more game to game if you enjoy the game. Sucks probably if you just wanted it to be over with. Here you go to defeat Master Hand and Crazy Hand with a single stock. Luckily both of them are only set at level 5. Instead of actually using characters I'm fairly okay with, I knew I have almost no chance if I don't use some little cheese. So first off I picked Yoshi to do his down attack because it deals fairly neat damage and it worked normally, or it should work normally, but I am fucking shit at the game, and Yoshi too, that I constantly used the wrong input and messed up my attacks. This went on and on until I realized, yep, this ain't it. Time for the other cheese character, Bowser. Just do the spinning attack and hope for the best, but it was pretty shit too. Didn't even give it a second try and switched to Pikachu because I thought spamming thunders would work, but it almost deals no real damage. Back to the drawing board so I can pick an actual good character. Yep. The own and only Ganondorf. Started spamming the up kick the whole time, but again I fucked up tons of my inputs and just did the down kick once often, even though I didn't want to. I have no idea how or why I start playing like an idiot when picking characters I do not know too well, but in the end it worked out and these hands won't be able to jerk off for quite some time. Dump Mickey Mouse glove wearing hands. Maybe I should give my hands also nicknames. Could be kinda cute, but I think most people would start calling me insane if I started talking to my hands. The Ultimate Showdown. Actually it's just the Showdown, but that song is just too catchy not to reference it. Fight against Giga Bowser, Mewtwo and Ganondorf, and by god, this shouldn't be as hard as it is. I tried beating it with skill and just got pounded and owned over and over. You just lose sight of your own character so fast because Giga Bowser's ass is just too fat. Also Mewtwo is so damn annoying because instead of charging his dumb ball attack, he just spams it and overshoots the little balls of the map and it hits you so hard. Ganondorf is also just kinda there for the ride. He does almost nothing except when he's the only one left. I tried countless tries with Marth, but I saw no sign of victory till I swallowed my pride and picked two of my most hated characters on Smash. I hate Donkey Kong so much in any game he appears in, most because I watched the CGI show back in the day as a kid and hated it so much that I developed an unhealthy hatred for him. But mostly because of Funky Kong when I played Mario Kart Wii and everyone started using him because he was the best character in the game. I hate it when people only pick characters because they are strong and the best in their games, even if they do not feel any love for the character itself. I pick characters based on characters I love. I love Pyro and Mithra, so I play those on Smash Ultimate. I love Rosalina, so I pick her in Mario Kart, and so on. I think people should only be allowed to pick characters they love, not based on their strength. Everyone should think like this, you can't deny that. We all feel this way, right? But anyways, with Donkey Kong I just used his floor punching attack and despite thinking it would be good, it Wasn't really. I remember this attack was super good in the Wireframe 101 man battle thingy, but here it's just kinda useless. So instead I picked Kirby and just used the turn into a block and hit everyone strategy, which worked for a little bit before I learned that you can get grabbed instead of it. Somehow Ganondorf always just grabbed me when I did the attack, and so I was an easy target. Poor Kirby. So I had to abandon yet another genius idea, till I came with an even better one. Pick Yoshi and eat the enemies really close to the edge to make them fall down in the eggs. Let's just say I gave this strategy 2 tries and then moved on. And then, my last hope. But yet again I had to swallow my pride and pick a character I hate with all of my might. Not because of the character itself, but because of its playstyle and having to face tons of people with shitty internet in Ultimate. It was Ness. Tons of matches against Nessus online taught me how fucking annoying he is when he just spams PK Fire. But that's what I did. Just spam PK Fire and then bat them out of the stage. That's what I bet on. And you know what? It just worked. It took like 3 tries till I got to spend some alone time with Ganondorf, and at this point my controller was drenched. Because it was so warm in my room and because I was so nervous. I knew if this try would fail, then I would have to waste another few minutes till I get another good try. But I gamed like a true gamer with a Y. Like gamer. Gay? Mare. In the end it kinda helped that Ganondorf fucked up hard, but look at this display of skill. Too easy. My controller is so fucking sweaty. My controller is so sweaty, my hands are sweaty. And all of that took me only 3 hours and 52 minutes. Which I was surprised by. I thought this was gonna take me way longer. Especially when I reached some of the event matches that started to annoy me. Like the Doctor Routine or Trophy Tussle 3. But I think if you just get really stubborn, you can easily get through all of these quickly with a bit of luck sometimes. And with the right strategy too. So either I got really lucky, or maybe I'm just that good at video games, or maybe, but only maybe, these are not that hard at all. In the end, bragging about video game achievements feels pointless and pathetic anyways, so beating all of these in a row did absolutely nothing to my non-existent ego. Sadly. Maybe one day they will invent a time machine, though, so I can go back in time to tell little me in the future that I actually beat all of the event matches finally to redeem myself in the past. But actually I would just go back to a completely different time era and check out some cool dinosaurs that would probably kill and eat me. If they eat humans. Like, dinosaurs and humans have not existed together, because otherwise we probably wouldn't exist, but anyways. So if you enjoyed the video and are also a fan of dinosaurs, you can give the video a like and even subscribe if you liked it that much. Maybe then I can finally get a sponsor like Manscaped, even though I have 0 birth or beard growth and can't even grow one. I don't even grow armpit hair, but maybe that's a bit too much information. Good night.